hurry to the Duke and Leon show. I think we might just change our name to the Duke and Leon show. What do you reckon? This School of Life fucking bullshit.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I don't really care. Well, it's funny because I had lunch with a mate of mine, and there's this hardware store in the city, right in the middle of the CBD, and I go in there every so often, just have a look at screwdrivers and shit. And then there's this really just nondescript door, and it just says the Gentleman's Club. And I walked past it. It's closed, obviously, during the day, and I always wondered what it was. I never really thought about it. Anyway, he went for his mate, who's an electrician, and his mate's wife ring him up and say, hey, we're going to this strip club. You want to come, right? And so anyway, this Gentleman's Club, like this little door, it's supposed to be the best strip club in Sydney, right?
Yeah.
It's the most exclusive,
yeah.
Right? So he goes in there with his mate, who's the electrician, and his mate's wife, who's a psychiatrist. Yeah, I am not making this up, right? And he said to me, he said, oh, yeah, we were there for like 8 hours, and we were just doing all this coke. And he said, yeah, and such, the electrician blew 15 grand on the night.
Fuck.
I said, what? And he goes, yeah. And it was his wife was the one who said, hey, let's go to this strip club. And he sent me a photo, actually.
How can you blow 15 grand at a strip club?
Coke and lap
dancing.
Private lap dancing. He said private lap dancing and coke blew 15 grand. And he sent me his photo, and it's all of them in this. It's not like a spa tub, but it's like a square tub type thing. But there's no water, and it's just got all these pink balls, plastic balls.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, well, that's Sven went to that Gentleman's Club.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
So one of his mates, how Sven just sponges off everyone?
Oh, no, I don't think that's fair. I think he adds value.
Yeah.
He adds value.
He went to one of those, and he said to me, he goes, oh, it was the most beautiful girls I've ever seen in my life. And then he put his head in his hands, and he was shaking his head, and he was going, oh, they're assholes. They're assholes, the most beautiful assholes I've ever seen.
Jesus.
That's adding value, is it?
Yeah. I thought.
I'll tell you a story. I saw an old neighbour of mine I haven't seen for fucking 40 years.
Yeah.
And she is just methed out, right?
Oh,
she's methed out, and she recognises me after all this time.
Yeah.
And because I'm in the supermarket with the professor. And the professor,
buying what?
Well, he's buying fruit. He's got this trolley, and he doesn't take the trolley with him. He leaves the trolley there, goes to every aisle and comes back and puts shit in. Oh. And he's reading the ingredients of every fucking thing.
Why?
Anyway, I see her.
Why?
She comes. What?
Why? Because he doesn't want to eat something bad. He can drink a bottle of scotch.
You know what he's like. He's a fucking
psycho.
Yeah. Anyway, so she recognises me, and she's going, oh, Duke. Oh, my God, Duke. And she's got this little meth head girl with her. And when I say little, she's probably about 25, but she's tiny. Anyway, and she goes, oh, this is Duke. We used to experiment with each other when we were young.
Oh, no.
And the little meth head girl has got no teeth, looks at her, and then looks at me with this scrunched up face, and then goes, how cute.
Oh.
And I said, come on. I'm trying to grab the professor.
Come on. Grab your pineapple. We're out of here.
Yeah, you don't need more grapes, you cunt. Let's fuck it. Anyway, we get back, and the professor just puts everything in the fridge.
Yeah.
And this was about 10 days ago, right? Oh, and I went and saw him last night. Everything's just rotting. Everything he bought, he hasn't touched anything. He's just.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Another thing that happened to me is I got told unceremoniously by cops
Yeah.
that finders keepers does not apply if the person who lost the thing just lost it right in front of you.
Well, they're still standing there.
Yeah. Finders keepers does not apply.
Well, why would you need to be told that? Wouldn't that just be logical? Someone drops their phone, drops their iPhone in front of you, and you grab it and say "finders keepers."
Yeah, I thought if it hits the ground, that's it. But anyway, I looked up the origin of finders keepers after that because I wanted to prove the cops wrong.
Oh, you want to take it? Challenge it in court?
Yeah. And
good idea.
the origin of it goes back to ancient Rome, right? Yeah. Where this centurion found the next door neighbour's young slave girl in his backyard, and that's how finders keepers started.
Oh, God.
I've got the word of the week. The word of the week is shabusiness.
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 Like giving someone, you know how they say giving someone the business? This is giving someone the shabusiness. Now, what this is, a lot of people will probably know what this is. What this is this woman, her surname was Shabusiness, or is Shabusiness.
Yeah.
She cut off her boyfriend's head. She cut off his dick. She put him in a bucket.
Yeah.
And left it there for his parents. So.
Was it a plastic bucket?
Don't know.
Okay.
So, giving someone the shabusiness is cutting off their head, cutting off their dick, and putting it in a plastic bucket.
Wow, that would then be a law term.
Well, you should
be like in a criminal case or something.
You should look at anyone that doesn't know about this. Look at it on YouTube. Look at her trial on YouTube.
Yeah,
and she's giggling her head off when they're saying that. You know, she's like a giggling little girl turning away when they said she cut off his penis. She goes, and they go, she put it in a bucket.
Jesus,
they cut off his head.
What the fuck?
I know.
What? So what?
Giving someone that's your business.
So what? So and would you think she'd be sort of found criminally insane or something? You know, because that's the same. Yeah.
They said no, she's not.
Yeah, well, the same thing happened in Australia. That woman who just she cut off her mother's head and stuff like that, and she looks crazy, man. And I was just thinking, wow, wouldn't she be? So you're not criminally insane if you cut someone's head off.
Well, you're not criminally insane if you know the difference between right and wrong. From the FBI files. Now, this is weird. This is weird, and you'll see why at the end, okay?
It's not a really long one, is it?
The true history of the life and sudden death of old John Overs, the rich ferryman of London.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so before the London Bridge was built, John Overs worked as a ferryman taking people across the Thames from London to Southwark.
Yeah.
Although he grew rich, he was a terrible miser, acting so cheap that he would not give light from his candles to his neighbours. And the mice and rats would stay away from his house because
there's nothing to eat.
Because he would not leave a crumb. One day he came up with an idea to skimp on having to feed his servants a meal.
Yeah.
He pretended that he was dead and had wrapped himself in a burial shroud. He believed that his servants would be so sad that they would fast for the day. After which John would feign a sudden recovery.
Yeah.
However, when the servants heard of his death, they were overjoyed, breaking open the cupboards. They took out the bread, cheese, and ale and had a party around the shrouded corpse. Eventually, John Overs was so upset by his servants' actions that he decided to end the charade and chastise them for their waste. As John struggled to get out of his burial shroud, one of his servants saw this, thinking that it was a ghost rising from the dead, immediately grabbed an oar and beat his master to death.
Beautiful.
Now, here's the weird part.
Yeah.
3 days later, a jester named Jonas Fish.
Whoa.
Yeah. 3 days later, a jester named Jonas Fish claimed he was the illegitimate son of John Overs and inherited the estate.
Oh. That's so cool. That's so cool.
How weird is that story?
But I can't be related.
So are you related to this guy?
I can't be because I was very poor when I grew up. So if I was related,
it's a jester. How long's a jester going to keep all that money? He would have fucking pissed it up.
Oh yeah. Well, we definitely related then. Because that's probably what I would have done as well. No. I'm pretty miserly, so I don't know. But that's brilliant, isn't it?
You're not miserly.
Yeah. I'm pretty stingy. I am pretty stingy.
Since when?
Oh, what do you mean since when? Since I was born.
I've never known you to be stingy ever.
Well, cheap. No, I'm not stingy. I'm cheap. I always buy the cheapest thing. Anyway, this is not about me. It's about Jonas. Jonas Fish. I love it. I love the story.
I love how Jonas Fish is a jester as well.
Oh, no, you know what happened? I know what happened. He was pissing up all the money and then they built a bridge. See? And then he didn't have to, the ferry, because the ferry was...
and it put him out of business.
Yeah. So built
put him out of business.
So they built a bridge. Fuck, I hate technology. Everything was fine. Jonas was pissing it up with the whores.
If they didn't fucking build a bridge, you'd be a multi-millionaire now.
Yeah, the fucking bridge. Fuck the bridge.
From the FBI files.
All right, I got some news. Yep. He became an international media sensation because he now lives as a border collie. Well, that was the headline, but actually, what it is, this guy spent $22,000 on a border collie costume that once a week he dresses up in and lives out his lifelong fantasy.
Oh, is it only once a week?
Yeah. I mean, they beat it up. Like he's really upset because everyone's making out that he just walks around.
Well,
with
the costume's so fucking bad.
Is it?
Oh,
it looked all right to me. but his name is Toko. Toko, he's Japanese. His name is Toko. So I don't know if that's
his wife's dog. Pretty hot.
Yeah, she's hot. So he mainly wears it in the house. So I'm assuming it's something.
Every picture I've seen, he's outside.
Yeah, I know, getting walked by his wife. Yeah, but it says so. The quote is: Taco dreamed of being a dog since childhood, but still fears judgment. It's so sad, and I thought, well, this guy's just a freak, right? Or maybe him and his wife are doing some sort of collie blonde, tall blonde woman thing. But then I thought, you know what? It's his dream. When I read that, he was since childhood and he's achieved his dream.
Oh, you're not going to turn this into a fucking positive uplifting fucking story.
It is. Look, just as you dreamt of being an astronaut and I dreamt of being a gynecologist, he's dreamt.
Yeah, but we fulfilled our dreams.
Yeah, well, so is he. He's a dog now. So that's what I'm saying.
Look, I've got no problem. I've got no problem with him being a dog. But you know what?
What?
As soon as he starts humping someone's leg, everyone's going to go, oh, at first everyone's going to be like you, all lefties going, oh, and wokies going, oh, that's nice. He's identifying as a dog. As soon as he fucking humps someone's leg, everyone's going to go, oh, my God, he's sick.
Well, all I can say is if he was humping his wife dressed as a collie, all I can say is OnlyFans, buddy, because that's, like turning your dream into dollars.
I've got no problem with it as long as they neuter him.
Neuter him.
And keep him on the lead. You have to keep him on the lead. You can't.
You know what I want to know is when his wife's walking him in the park and he does a big shit on the footpath and he looks up at his wife, who picks it up? Who do you reckon picks it up?
She does.
No, she's going to pick up his shit.
She's
going to say, hey, Taco.
If she's going out in public with him, dressed like that, she's going to pick up shit, man. Believe me. She is going to pick up shit.
Oh, God. I don't know. Ooh, pick up my shit. You know how those dogs, after they do a shit, they look at their owner. Oh, why didn't you pick it up? Why didn't you pick it up, you idiot? Who's the idiot now? I can't talk, but look, you're the one with shit in your hands.
All right, in other news, there's now... I'm going to refer this to you because you've had experience with this.
Yep.
And you know the laws regarding all this stuff.
Yeah.
So there's this OnlyFans girl, right?
Yeah.
She sunbakes naked in the backyard.
Yep.
She's sunbaking naked in the backyard. Her next door neighbour is perving on her.
Yep.
So she wants to charge him.
Yeah.
So what are the laws regarding that? Like, I know you've had experience with this kind of stuff.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
It's pretty cut and dried, actually. That's her business.
Yeah.
That's her business. That's how she makes her money. He is entering into a into a business
Contract?
Relationship or a contract.
But is he? Because he's in his own property.
Mm.
So if you're standing at the your back window and someone is sunbaking naked next door,
yes.
Should you have to pay?
Well, this is should you have to pay? Well, look. If it was a one-off thing, like you're just putting a net over the bananas so the monkeys don't steal them, right? And I looked over the fence and there she is naked, right? That definitely 100%. That is not a contractual situation. But if you did it at 10 o'clock every morning and you had your little table with some cheese and crackers and maybe a Chardonnay, and you were just watching her, and you did it every Monday morning for like 6 months, well, that's a contract. That's a contract.
Whether but you're on your own property. Surely you're allowed to do what you want on your own property.
No. I
Look,
don't.
This isn't the same as what Errol did.
All right. Actually, I'm too scared to ask what Errol did.
Went through the fence and was on her property.
Oh, you mean like a glory hole?
Yeah, well, he went through the fence and was on her property. So he was perving on her properties. That's against the law. You can't go into someone's property and perv on them.
No. Well, no. I think it's the same. It's because that's her business.
All right. So she's charging him. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. No, he owes her money. And what it is. What makes it interesting is because you're supposed to negotiate a price.
Mm.
So she could say, well, I charge $100 an hour. And he could say, I thought it was only $1 an hour. And blah, blah, blah.
Now it's getting messy.
So now it would get messy because, you need to, look, I don't know. Actually, what I'm saying, what I think is that I would have to go and visit the situation. I'd have to have an on-site inspection. When they take the whole jury to the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
So I'd have to go and have a look every Monday for a month. All right, man in sexual relationship with his car. He is devastated when the car is written off in an accident. How do you deal with grief? What do you think? Man in
Objectophilia. It's called.
What is it?
Objectophilia is when you're in love or in a sexual relationship.
So he's in a sexual relationship.
With
and
his
I think
car.
there's a photo of him with the car on top of
and his car
him.
got written off. Now he's heartbroken. His car was male too. So he was in a homosexual relationship with his car.
All right. I didn't know cars had
Well, you didn't read it. He called his car. His car's name was Bruce or something.
Bruce. Oh, right. Okay. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think if he loved his car so much, why would he drive it around? Why wouldn't he just keep it in the living room or something? Do you know what I mean? Like, why would he put it at risk? You know, I think he's got a duty of care here.
Well, it's like going for a walk with your girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Well, I wouldn't go for a walk with my girlfriend in your neighbourhood. That's for fucking sure.
So yeah, but we don't know what neighbourhood he was in.
Look, I think he had a duty of care, and he's failed that, and it's his fault that his car got written off. So he needs to deal with not only the grief but the guilt of his lack of duty of care.
So he basically manslaughter. You saying?
Bruce. Yeah, he killed Bruce.
Killed Bruce. Killed his loved one. This is like Romeo and Juliet.
Yes, sort of. Okay, so
Romeo and Juliet.
So he killed Bruce. So that's it's not manslaughter. It's object slaughter.
Well, this story just jarred a memory from me about objectophilia.
Oh, really?
Which is, I remember when we were young. Remember when you were young and there was just lots of land around and bush and shit? Anyway, we had up the road from us, they were developing this part. It was all bush.
Yeah.
It was all bush, and there used to be a lot of abandoned, burnt-out cars there.
Yeah.
And people just used to dump all sorts of stuff. And we were mucking around up there once, and there's this neighbourhood kid I think he was like from a block away, and he was sort of really weird. Every time everyone saw him, it was just like, it was arm's length. You know what I mean?
Oh, come on, admit it. You used to tease him relentlessly.
No.
You didn't
I was scared of him.
Oh, right. So not nerd, more freak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were up there mucking around, and we caught him in a burnt-out car with a Barbie doll that he must have found there. Yeah, half its hair ripped off, all dirty and shit, and he was fucking it.
Fucking the Barbie doll?
Yeah.
Wow. In the car?
In the burnt-out car.
Okay. So which is the object that he was in love with, the burnt-out car or the Barbie doll?
Probably both.
Both. Oh, wow.
Like, I was really disgusted because I was really disgusted because the Barbie dolls I was fucking were like brand new. They had their hair, they were clean, you know?
How do you fuck a Barbie doll? That's what I want to know. Anyway, I don't want to know. I
was just going to tell you. I was just going to tell you.
Yeah, we're just going to tell me.
Right. Man Court is now in session with judges Duke and Leon. This guy's married. He's married. His wife is dying. Her last wish is to sleep with her ex-boyfriend.
Yep. And
the husband's upset about it. Is he a man or not?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. This is pretty full on, isn't it? So she's dying, and she said to him, "I want to sleep with my ex-boyfriend before I die." Wow, that's a conversation, isn't it, Duke? Can you imagine? That's a conversation. That's one of those heavy, like. Is it any wonder that men don't want to have conversations with their wives? You know how they're always saying, "Oh, men never communicate with their wives. Oh, they keep their." Well, that's fucking why. Because it's, "Oh, darling, I just want to talk to you." Oh, fuck! Can you imagine being hit with that?
But
that's a big.
He's upset about it, and he's just really distraught. Is he a man because he's upset, or
not? I don't know, Jig. This is a hard one. Because I think it's in that situation. I think it's all. Oh, it doesn't say he cried though, right?
No, it doesn't say.
No, he didn't cry. So I think it's all right to.
He
be
might
upset.
have. It just doesn't say.
No. Well, it would say if he cried because that would be the tipping point. If he cried, he's not a man because real men don't cry. If he got upset and was just moping around and sort of like quiet and withdrawn, I think that's fine. I think because that's a bombshell. I really think.
No, I'm saying he's not a man.
Why? Why is that?
Because who gives a fuck? Your wife's dying. Let her fuck.
Whatever she wants.
But yeah, she
wants to fuck the doctor.
But the beauty of it is, it takes away the guilt of you doing it. So you go, okay, well, after your wife's died, some guys might go, oh, she's dead. I can't enter a relationship. No, now.
Oh, right, yeah.
Now you can just go and fuck anyone you want.
Yeah, anything. Not just women, anything, any object.
Anything. Barbie dolls.
A man dressed in a collie suit.
Yeah.
You can do anything.
Anything you want. It takes away that. And also, it's also like, so you let her go do it, right? She goes and does it. When she's dying in hospital.
Yeah.
And she says, well, where were you? You were supposed to be here an hour ago. You said, I was fucking the woman next door. I thought that's what we're doing now.
All right.
This is my favourite story. This is my favourite news story of the week.
Yeah.
All right. In a Peruvian jungle. Did you read this?
Yes.
In a Peruvian jungle, the natives are saying flying aliens with peeling faces are attacking them.
Yeah. So they're not aliens, obviously. They're illegal miners trying to scare the villagers.
They're gold miners with jetpacks.
Yeah, well, this is where the story starts to fall apart for me.
Gold miners with jetpacks. Look, I looked up
illegal gold miners.
Yeah. I looked up how much a jetpack is. You know how much a jetpack is?
Yeah.
$320,000 US. That's the basic. Basic jetpack. Like I've always thought, this, since we were kids, we've always thought that jetpack is the best mode of transport.
Oh, from Lost in Space, remember?
Yeah. But how are these miners affording $320,000? I think it's aliens.
Well, Duke, there's another level to this as well. Like, do you think that the average person could spend that much money on a jetpack, jump in it, and then just fly off? It would.
No.
How much training would you need? It's not a jet ski.
So what is it? What are they?
Well, jetpacks. It's like you need to. A huge amount of training to figure out how to fly the fucking thing.
Okay, so we're saying it's not jetpacks because they're too
definitely
expensive.
Not jetpacks.
So who are they? Who are these people?
Aliens. They're aliens.
Aliens, yes.
And they don't want the gold.
Thank you.
They don't want the gold.
Thank you. Can you tell that to my psychologist, please?
They don't want the gold. They want the little female Peruvian villagers who got, all those marks on their faces and the big earrings because they think that's really sexy from where they come from.
And it is sexy.
You should, well, it is, but you should see the females where those aliens come from. They're just like...
Not good?
Well, they're just like jelly. It's just like jelly, and they don't even have cans, so they don't even hold form. They just blob on. That's what's going down. So, what this really demonstrates is a failure of journalism to really get to the root of the story.
Well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of this.
You need to find the real heart of the story, and it's aliens looking for better-looking wives.
Yeah.
All right. And
which is fair enough. Well,
this is what the whole of the universe is doing the same thing. So what's the fucking... I don't see why they couldn't have just found it, jumped on that story. But listen, just before we go, I want to... so you're a prepper, right?
No. I've not finished with this.
Why?
Because...
I want to... Yeah?
I want to talk about what you would do if you had a jetpack? Like, I mean,
Oh, if I had a jetpack.
if I had a jetpack, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine how cool it'd be to have a jetpack? Like your next door neighbour invites you for a barbecue,
Yeah.
and instead of just walking around through the gate, you put your jetpack on, you fly about 100 metres in the air, you just go, and then just land on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, and all the umbrellas are all fucking going everywhere, and
Yeah.
and
And then you say, I have arrived. How cool. What would you do?
basically, I would just scoot up, just fly up to floor number 8 in my block of flats and watch that hot blonde chick just showering.
She's going to charge you.
So I'm going to pay for the fuel, and she's charging me as well. Expensive Sunday morning, but well worth it. Well worth it. All right. I wanted to say this. So you're a prepper, right? So you're a
What's a prepper?
Prepper. You're one of those people that you've built your concrete basement in the garden, and you've just watched something on CNN, and you're convinced it's the end of the world. You race down there, you lock up your little prepper room, and it's got a time lock right on it, so it stays locked for 3 weeks. And that's for security. So no one in, no one out for 3 weeks, right? And that's when all the radiation's supposed to go, right? So you're in your little prep room, you turn on the light, and then you look, and there's just this wall of baked beans, right?
Ugh.
A wall of baked beans that you've put in there to sustain you. For those.
I wouldn't put in baked beans. I hate baked beans.
This is the situation.
Right,
so you look at it, and then you look, and the baked beans are 2 weeks out of date. So what do you do? What do you do, Duke? 3 weeks, and they're a couple of weeks out of date. What do you do?
You know what my old uncle used to do?
What do you do?
He would, if anything was going out of date, say it was going out of date tomorrow, he would eat everything before midnight. So he'd be in bed.
Yeah.
He'd be in bed going, this is going out of date tomorrow, and he'd be eating a can of beetroots at fucking 11:59.
Is this the same guy that used to drive around, slam on the brakes, and they'd smash into the back of him, and he'd go, just give me 200 and we'll forget about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Gee, wow, what an inspiration. I love your family. All right, so what would you do?
Yeah, I hate him. What would I do? Oh, fuck it, I'd eat it. Who cares? Who gives a shit?
So would I. Who gives a fuck? The whole world's probably gone anyway. So
that's right. That's actually, If the whole. Okay, now here's a scenario for you. You're in there. The bomb's gone off. You've walked out. There's no one alive. Nothing alive. What would you do?
There's no one alive. What would I do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd just be walking around looking for shit, I suppose. Well, what's it? Everything's gone. It's barren wasteland. I'd just be walking around, I guess, looking for fucking beer or something. Looking for that strip joint. Oh, I'd be looking for the other preppers to get.
I'd be looking for jetpacks.
No, I'd be sick of fucking eating baked beans. So I'd be looking for other preppers. Hey, you got any sausages in there?
First thing you have to do is you have to find a jetpack so you can fly around looking for fucking people.
All right. So the whole world's been destroyed, but not the jetpacks.
Yeah. Okay, I got a letter. I got a letter. It's a short letter. Dear Duke and Leon, my father came back from Thailand with a young Thai girl.
Yeah.
He brought her back to our house. We woke up the next morning. She had drawn a line through the whole house saying, "This half mine! This half mine!"
That's not how Thais talk.
Well,
I
don't know.
Racist. That's racist. So she's not from Thailand. I can tell you that right now.
Well, she is from Thailand. Maybe I'm just doing the accent wrong. She's like, "This half mine! This half mine!"
That's not Thailand.
And my father has locked himself away in his room, so we can't talk to him about it. She just patrols the line 24/7, so no one steps over. What can we do?
Oh, well, easy. You build a tunnel. That's what they do. That's what in North and South Korea, they've got tunnels going all underneath the DMZ. So you just build a tunnel. And then that would really mindfuck her because she'd be patrolling and then she'd go into another room and all the furniture would be like rearranged. But she'd been patrolling, so she'd think, oh, how I'm not going to do the accent. She goes, how did that happen? And then in the end, she'd just be so mindfucked that she'd just freak out and she'd go back to Thailand. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah. That's what I would do. I'd mindfuck her and then she'd just leave.
That's good. No, that's good. I spoke to Ray, my Chinese mate.
Yeah, he's Chinese though. Remember, that's not the same
he's
as
Chinese,
being Thai.
but he has a PhD in Asian studies.
Does not.
He does.
Does not.
Oh, what? He can't have because he's Chinese.
Don't reverse racist me, buddy. Don't reverse racist me.
Anyway,
right.
so he, I said to him, well, what do you think of this? And he said,
and wait for it. And what did he say?
And he said, well, all she's doing is starting property portfolio, you red-eyed cunt. And I said, yeah. And he goes, you've got to start somewhere, you idiot.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ray. Dr. Ray.
But when he said that, I thought, well, fair enough. I mean, if you don't have the money and you want to start a property portfolio, you've got to be creative.
She's just living her dream, like the Collie
living
Man.
her dream.
She ever since she was a small child, she just wanted a house of her own, and for her, this is the best way to achieve that. So she's just doing the same as the Collie Man.
Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now.
This is from Ignat from Uzbekistan. And he says, Dear Leon,
Yeah.
are women that are over 50 good for anything?
Yes.
You have to think about that.
No, look, absolutely. They're good for conversation. All right.
Really?
Yes.
Well, what kind of conversations are they good for?
Well, when you talk to an 18-year-old girl with really large breasts and beautiful sort of strawberry blonde hair, and she's got roller skates on and those stripy socks, and she says to you, what's your favourite colour? And you just think, fuck.
No,
really?
you don't. I'm just thinking, fuck, you're going,
really?
Pink, what's yours?
like what? Like your
Okay,
vagina?
so what's a 50-year-old woman saying to you?
She would say, she would say something like, what do you think the relationship between classical music and the flavors found in a lasagna mascarpone sauce? What do you think that relation?
God.
What do you think the relation? What is the relationship between the compounds?
Pink.
That create pink. That's it. That's it.
So they're good for nothing. They're good for nothing.
No, they're a wonderful.
You know what they're good for?
Yes.
You know when the buses line up at the bus depot,
Yeah.
they're good for wedging in between the buses so they don't hit each other.
Okay, so on YouTube, if you have a look, Igmar, or whatever his name is, Ignatz. If you have a look on YouTube, there's a whole genre of women over 50 videos on YouTube, and I suggest you watch them, and then maybe that will give you a few ideas.
I'm saying good for nothing. You're saying good for something.
Something, yes. That's
are you
what I'm
really?
saying. Yes, I am.
Are you really? That's not what you've said to me before.
Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now. Ask Leon now.
Okay, I've got to go. I'm really late for doing
Good.
nothing.
Fuck off.
And
Fuck
thank you
off.
all for listening. Don't forget to buy merch, and hopefully one day we'll see you on Amazon. And I don't know what else. Who gives a fuck?
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Have you got your jetpack? Let's go.
Duke and Leon School